Hello YouTube! Welcome in, Freeform here, and we are hanging out with Madman Fenrir, the Warhammer 40k Cliff Notes compilation. It's out. It's been out for a couple weeks now, and I've been wanting to watch it, but it's, once again, man, this fucker's an hour long! It's an hour long! So, this will probably be cut up in half again, just like the Harry Potter one, but you know what? It's still fun. It's still great. Anyway, sit back, relax, let's get to watching.
Hey bro, can you explain Warhammer lore to me?
POV, you ask your friend to explain Warhammer 40k. Yes, good.
I want to play Space Marine too.
You want to know Warhammer lore?
Cliff Notes version. I don't know if that's possible.
Note version. Sure, no problem. So you're playing as a Space Marine, specifically an Ultramarine from Ultramar,
right.
And they're basically these giant roided out humans with 2 hearts and 3 lungs, and they're wrapped in 2 tons of armor. Okay, right. So kinda like Halo? Also happen to be pro-humanity extremists that will exterminate anything that isn't human and or sides with anything that isn't human. Wait, what? In the game, you're fighting Tyranids, and their only crime is wanting to eat. If not food, why food-shaped?
Okay, so the Zerg from StarCraft?
You also, however, are fighting the forces of Chaos, which are a combination of demons and humans that worship 4 Chaos gods.
I'm sorry, what?
Specifically, in the game, you're fighting the Thousand Sons, who are actually followers of Tzeentch, who is basically if Cthulhu made a baby with the Riddler from Batman.
Okay. That's actually a good way of putting it. I
am more confused than when we started this conversation. I just wanted to know the Cliff Notes.
You are giant blueberries fighting bugs. And it's just testosterone-fueled hellscape. It's great. It's great. Just play it. You'll have a fun time. Brother, Exterminatus. Brother, give me the heavy flamer. Brother, give me the heavy bolter.
This is the most bare-bone example I can give you, okay?
Okay, jeez, I just have one question. Sure, go ahead. I mentioned the name Slanesh.
A relevant topic of conversation to play the game. You are not ready.
Okay, so actually...
You are not ready for that. Explain Warhammer 40k lore badly. Darktide Cliff Notes.
I really enjoyed Space Marine 2. Do you think maybe you could tell me about Darktide?
Want to learn about some Grandpa Nurgle?
Again, Cliff Notes, if you could. Alrighty. It's effectively a 4-player co-op game akin to Left 4 Dead. Oh, okay, so we're mainly fighting zombies. Nope! What? You see, the Hive City has been infested with a Nurgle plague specifically, which means this was caused by cultists that are actually being infested by Nurgle demons and Nurgle diseases. How is this any different from a zombie game? Because 5 minutes fighting these guys and you're going to want every vaccine known to man.
Everyone.
Oh, gee.
And also, you're going to want to hope for the other 500,000 vaccines that they still haven't even thought of. Beast of Nurgle, in case you're wondering. Yeah.
Jesus. The fun thing about this game, as opposed to Space Marine 2, comes from the fact that you're actually going to be playing as normal people. Normal in air quotes. Okay, what do you mean by that? Well, this game has a class system, and you basically have the classes separated into Guardsman, Psyker, Zealot, and Ogren. Oh!
Buddies! Big buddies! I love Ogren, they're cute. Also, I think there's a few other classes in the game now.
Okay, I get it now. So, like, Ranger, Magic, Melee, and Heavy? Yeah, except one of them is completely immune to the concept of dying. The other one is an Emperor Fanatic. The other one is a criminal. And the big guy basically has the intelligence of a dog. Okay, but my only question now is, in the last game you saw followers of Tzeentch that were Space Marines. Why do I not see any Space Marines that are followers of Nurgle?
Because they would have 0 chance of survival, period, ever. Nothing. No chance whatsoever. Even the blueberries would have a hard time with this situation.
Because a single Chaos Space Marine that worships under Nurgle would make this entire game implausible. Why? Space Marines are hard to kill. Chaos Space Marines are harder to kill. Nurgle Space Marines are virtually indestructible. So, 4 humans fighting that, it ain't ending well.
No.
I've really been enjoying Space Marine 2. I should really check out Space Marine 1, maybe.
You want to learn about some orcs?
Huh?
Let's go!
Oh, you got nothing to worry about. Orcs are the easiest thing to summarize.
Yeah.
Violence incarnate. Orcs do not want to negotiate. They do not want peace.
No. They want to negotiate, but they want to negotiate for more fighting. Yes.
They do not want a quiet life. They just want to fight. Okay, I'm kind of getting that. And on top of being boys that love to fight, they are semi-psychic.
I'm sorry, what?
Semi.
Think of orcs kind of like a mass delusion type logic, except whatever they believe in comes true.
important note, whatever they, plural, they all have to kind of like mass believe in it. All right? You can't just have like one believe that a stick will go pew pew and then the stick will go pew pew. No. They all have to fully believe the thing is happening, right? That's what we have to keep in as a distinction here. Mm-hmm.
What? A single orc is not psychically powerful enough to be considered a threat, but enough of them believe something, it comes true. Yeah. Okay, but what does that mean, whatever they believe in comes true? I mean, they literally manifest their own shit. Green is the best color because orcs are green. Red makes things go faster. Yellow makes things explode better. Blue is the color of luck. And purple is invisibility. Why would purple...
It's sneaky, not invisibility. It just makes you go sneaky. It doesn't invisible.
...be invisibility.
Logic. I ain't never seen a purple orc before, therefore they must be invisible.
That cannot be the logic. Oh, it is, and it works. I am not kidding. Orcs are so beloved by the community because they may be violent mushrooms, but God do we love them for their psychic nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mushroom?
Oh yeah,
orcs are legally considered a plant.
And that's also how they reproduce. Once you kill them, they actually shoot out their spores, and then their spores infest the planet even further. Yeah, you kill one, 1,000 take its place. You're fucked. One hits the ground. It's an orc invasion.
Hey, you want to learn about some toast?
The toaster cult. The Martians. Warhammer 40k Cliff Notes, the toaster cult. Hey, you want to learn about some toasters?
How did you find me? I'm in a different city! Well, more accurately, cyborgs.
What's this I hear about cyborgs?
Who are you? Oh no, we're talking about loyalist cyborgs, not socialist toasters.
Oh, proceed.
What is happening? We're learning about the Omnissiah!
Yeah.
This is a completely separate faction from the rest of the Imperium, completely separate from the Astra Militarum, from the Space Marines, all those guys. In the Imperial of Man, they have a lot of equipment, and that equipment has to be maintained and worked on, and that equipment is worked on by the tech priests of the Mechanicus Omnissiah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Martian scientists.
Weak. I'm sorry, what? Their whole faction's mission is about preserving technology and maintaining the old world
He's raising a toaster up. Like Simba.
technology that existed before the Imperium. Because of this, they're actually quite infuriating to deal with from the Imperium's perspective. They will not listen to the Inquisition. They will not listen to the Astra Militarum. They will pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. And if you piss them off, guess what? Your chapter or your faction isn't getting tech that week.
How does that make them loyalists, then?
Because the Imperium of Man helped get them their toasters, and they just want their toasters, and everyone else keeps getting in the way of them getting their toasters. Why do you keep saying toasters? The machine spirit needs his toast! Woo! Out of my car!
Really enjoying playing Darktide, but...
Let's see here. Warhammer 40k Cliff Notes servitors. Oh, we're going to learn about servitors. Oh, no.
I'm not really sure why there's skulls with computer parts everywhere.
Who wants to learn about servitors?
Do I have a choice?
Nope.
Nope. I'm gonna skip over a ton of lore about the whole robot wars thing.
Outside of what?
In the Imperium of Man, AI is banned.
Right.
So, to make up for the lack of artificial intelligence, we use servitors. Servitors are people. Oftentimes criminals or people who have wronged the Adeptus Mechanicus in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Wait, all of them?
Yes.
Every one of them. So you know that.
Where do you think they get the skulls from? I mean, they don't just have skulls on a manufacturing line. That would be heresy. That would be weird. No, they have to get them whole grain. Organic skulls for the skull throne.
That medical drone that keeps on healing
Sorry, not the skull throne, for the servitors. Organic skulls for the servitors.
you and keeps becoming self-aware of its own existence. Yeah, that's a person. Or was a person.
Oh my god, is that why it asked me what happened to its family?
Yes.
Yep, and it doesn't stop there. That thing you use in missions to hack terminals? Servitor. Even the door is technically a servitor.
Yep.
That doorknob is a person?
Yep.
Was a person.
Oh my god,
Still technically is, because it is still technically in some cases alive.
that is so dark. Why do you and so many other people enjoy this universe?
As it's
Because I'm
grimdark.
50 Shades of fucked up and dark humor is my therapy. Woo!
I wonder who the Tau are.
You know what? I still haven't done a deep dive into the Tau. As far as I know, the Tau are like kind of the good guys in a sense, but once again, there is no good guy in Warhammer or Warhammer 40k or anything like that. The Tau are just kind of like, I don't know. Let's see what he has to say.
You want to learn about some space weebs?
Were you under my bed?
Sure
Yeah.
was. Also,
Dude, ever since you asked him one single question about Warhammer 40k, this is going to be your life now, okay? You are going to get this man popping up underneath your bed, behind your door, everywhere, to tell you everything you need to know, and everything you don't need to know, and everything you never even knew you wanted to know about Warhammer 40k.
you should get that snoring checked out. How long have you been under there? The Tau Empire.
There you
He's
go.
ignoring me.
Yep.
These guys are a hyper-advanced civilization in the 41st millennium, and they could honestly almost be considered the closest thing you have to good guys. Wait, really? No, I'm just fucking with you, but could you imagine? Are there any good guys in 40k?
No.
Nope, everyone sucks. Anyway,
Yep.
Tau are actually quite open to indoctrinating other societies and species into their empire, as long as they look to serve the greater good.
For the greater good.
Because of this, they are always incorporating new technology into their side, and they're very heavy on the usage of drones and long-range engagements. Also, a large part of why the community calls them space weebs is because the Tau Empire kind of rely heavy on mechs that kind of look like Gundams.
Makes
I gotta
sense.
say, that looks like some pretty advanced tech. Oh yeah, great railguns, but horrible in close range. Meaning you are really good at fighting at long range, but the moment they get within smacking distance of you, you're cooked.
I wonder what Necrons are.
Okay, still haven't learned anything fully new, but, yeah, no, just, I guess, communism? Anyway, I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into the Tau soon. I think I'll do that next.
You want to learn about some mecha mummies? Were you in my ceiling? Gully boys for spooky season.
Necrons are one of the oldest species, technically, in the 41st millennium. They are an ancient race
Oldest living species. Yeah.
of robot skeletons that are waking up all over the galaxy, and there might actually be billions of them.
Wait, because they are soulless now, and they have technically died and been rebuilt, are they even living anymore? That's a good question. Let me know. What do you think? What do you guys think? They don't have souls. They died in order to be reformed into this one. They don't have memories really of their past lives, except for like maybe faint remembrances or ghost memories. There's only one or two, I think, that have any kind of memory of their former lives. Are they even alive? Huh.
With a B? With a B. Reason being is that
What was with the B?
Billions of them.
Ah.
With a B? With a B. Reason being is that the Necrons were kind of spread all throughout the Milky Way galaxy, trapped on all these different tomb worlds. Necrons are nigh immortal. As long as they're nearby to their original forge craft thingy, they can literally respawn upon you killing them. So fighting a Necron army could be next to impossible with how fast they can respawn. That sounds incredibly broken if you play it on the tabletop. Oh, it is. You think fighting automatons and Helldivers 2 is irritating? Try fighting immortal space mummy Terminators. So how do you kill them then? With spite and a can-do attitude.
You never saw this coming. Ha!
So hit it till it dies.
Till it dies! Woo! Or Grey Knights. You want to learn about some choir boy Marines? I guess. Well, too bad. They don't exist. What? See, the thing is with Grey Knights, they are technically Space Marines that were developed in secret. Grey Knights are not real, because the Inquisition had to develop them in secret, specifically with the Emperor's very gene seed. I'm sorry, gene what? Oh, right, I'm going to explain this. So basically, gene seeds are these bioorganic seeds that contain all the genetic information that is needed to create a Space Marine. So when someone is chosen to become a Space Marine, they're given a gene seed, which then helps them to develop the physical traits of a Space Marine. What makes Grey Knights so special is that their gene seed comes from the Emperor, and because of this, they are the only Space Marines that have psychic abilities. Which is why they're technically not an Astartes Legion and more an extension of the Inquisition, because they are purpose-built for fighting demons, and their psyker abilities help them in fighting against demons and the warp. These guys can literally walk into the warp and run hands with demons. But officially speaking, they don't exist. And they do exist, but to the official civilians of the Imperium, they do not exist. So if you think that they exist, you're getting a visit from an Inquisitor. What is the warp? Hell is a highway! Pardon? In the 41st millennium,
That is a very good way of saying it. It is weird that they actually, like, the warp is basically just the nether. Like, which one came? Minecraft came after Warhammer, so the nether basically just took notes from Warhammer. Fair enough. Yeah, and it's just, yeah, you walk around for 5 minutes in the warp. Congratulations, you just traveled 500,000 light years. Good job.
Hell is real, okay? And humanity and a lot of other people use it as a fucking highway. What does that mean? In most sci-fi properties, you have faster than light travel, or some kind of nonsense way that they travel fast throughout the universe so they can get from planet to planet. Well, in Warhammer 40k, you gotta go through hell.
Yay!
You see, the warp, while also being hell, is also kind of an everywhere dimension, which means you can technically shortcut your way through it to get from planet to planet. Otherwise, you're gonna be in space for like hundreds of years trying to travel between planets.
Makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense. That doesn't sound that bad. Did you
Well, yeah, did you forget? It's hell.
forget the part where you're shortcutting through hell?
Yeah.
As light travel through the warp is extremely dangerous. And most of the time when people go in there trying to navigate it, they go in blind. The only way humanity is even able to navigate through the warp is because of the God Emperor sitting on the throne and having, 1,000 psychic people sacrificed to him every day or something or other. That was so many words you just threw at me that make no fucking sense.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You're basically just saying, okay, you are going to be driving through the Bermuda Triangle, like the fictional idea of the Bermuda Triangle. You are driving through that during a tsunami, plus a thunderstorm, plus a tornado, plus there's also going to be all sorts of mythological monsters flying at you at all times. You have no navigational system, and the only navigational kind of system you have is a radio from your boss, who basically has to, I don't know, drink 1,000 Kool-Aids a minute, or 1,000 Red Bulls every day in order to keep his attention focused enough so he can give you directions through this hellscape. But on the other side of it, you just saved like 100,000 years in order to get from point A to point B. Yeah.
Finally starting to get it! What the hell are Carcharodons? Space sharks!
Wait, what?
The Space
Wait, what?
Sharks. Space Sharks are a fleet-based loyalist space marine chapter. Okay,
Right.
but why does the community love them so much?
I've never heard of them. The Red fucking Wait,
Red
what?
fucking Wake.
What?
Tyberos, Reaper of the Void, the chapter master of the Space Sharks. He is a thick boy! This absolute Hulk of a space marine rivals Terminators in their armor. He is so calorically dense, they had to custom build his armor fixed with dreadnought armor just to fit him. There's an instance in the lore where Tyberos was actually mistaken for a statue instead of a space marine, and no one knew he was actually a real thing until he moved in his armor. This motherfucker is quiet as hell despite being the size of a fucking tank. Did I mention he also has custom fitted power gauntlets with razor claws and chainsaws attached to them? He is a big boy. Holy shit, and he's the loyalist chapter? I know, right? Big boy almost looks like a Primarch, he's so big, but he's not actually the size of a Primarch. I'm sorry, what the
Wait, what?
fuck is a Primarch? We'll talk about that. I'm gonna have to talk about the Heresy.
Let's get into it. I never heard of that. Carcharodons? Should we do a deep dive into Carcharodons next? Oh, I'm learning. Guys, I'm taking a note here. So we need to learn about the Tau and Carcharodons. Yes. All right. Back to it.
Ready to talk about some daddy issues? How did
you
know? I bought him some oak juice.
How did you know?
The Horus Heresy. What's the Horus Heresy? Family Feud meets...
Don't ask. Do not ask. Don't ask. I know about the Horus Heresy. We have not covered much of the Horus Heresy on the channel yet. We will be getting to that, but I'm going through the Primarchs in numerical order, so it's going to take a minute for us to get to Horus. Isn't he like 10 or something like that? The 10th division?
The sacking of Rome. What? No questions. This is a speed run. Anywho,
After the Emperor would leave the Crusades and name his son Horus, the War Master, to continue the Crusades, he would go back to Terra to work on the Webway Project. The Webway Project is very important to this story because that Webway Project is what would give humanity a safe way to traverse the warp and have faster-than-light travel. Horus would actually start feeling abandoned by his father during the Crusades, even though Big E had more important shit to deal with. Because of those doubts, when he got injured and Logar, his brother from the Wordbearers, tried to heal him, he corrupted him with chaos. And because of those doubts, he slowly started getting corrupted by chaos. Horus would then slowly become corrupted more and more over the time of the Crusades, and then he himself would start sowing the seeds of revolt, which would lead us towards the heresy. By the way, the Emperor's other son, Magnus, tried to warn the Emperor of this before Horus became corrupted, but when he psychically tried to warn the Emperor, he ended up destroying the Webway, which...
Whoopsie daisies! He was told to do nothing. He tried to do nothing and did nothing wrong. It took me a while, but the community, you guys finally managed to properly explain it to me in the comments sections, that when you say that Magnus did nothing wrong, it's not that you were saying that he didn't do anything wrong. You were saying he was doing the action nothing incorrectly.
Gave birth to everything in the warp breaking free and destroying the Webway Project. And because of Magnus, when the Horus Heresy finally kicked off, the Emperor couldn't be involved because he had to sit on the Golden Throne to fend off all the demons that were getting loose out of the warp. This would result in a 7-year-long civil war throughout the entire Milky Way galaxy, with 18 different Primarch and Space Marine factions fighting each other on a 9v9 fight of Loyalists versus Heretic, all leading up to a climactic battle on the planet of Holy Terra. And while the traitors were fighting on Terra and slowly losing, the Emperor was in the basement of the Royal Palace with the Custodes fighting demons at the same time of this revolt. And it was only when Horus dropped the shields on his ship and basically said, "Come run my fade," that the Emperor got out of there and had his boy Malcador sit on the Golden Throne to fend off the demons, and he went up there to smack his son silly. But when the Emperor got
Smacked his son so silly that his son no longer exists. The Emperor was literally, "I brought you into this existence, I can damn well remove you from it." And then back that shit up.
Their Horus had slain his brother Sanguinius, who was the other golden boy of the family, and then the Emperor and Horus would do battle, Horus would die, the Emperor would be mortally wounded, where he would then be condemned to the Golden Throne, which is the only thing keeping him alive right now. Horus threw this rebellion because he had a vision that the Emperor was going to revert the Imperium of Man into a Dark Age society that would worship him as a deity. But by inadvertently wounding the Emperor and putting him on the Golden Throne, Horus fulfilled the future he was trying to prevent, and humanity would regress into a medieval class society that is regressing ever slowly without the Emperor's presence.
You good? Need a drink of water? Need a little Red Bull? Some gamer subs? You good? You good, bud?
You get it? What the fuck?
Exactly. Warhammer 40k Cliff Notes. The Death Corps of Krieg. Ooh.
For loyalty and friendly fire artillery. What? The Death Corps of Krieg, my favorite Imperial Guard faction. But I'm confused. These guys look like they're from World War I.
They are.
That is on purpose. The Death Corps are a unit of Imperial Guardsmen that hail from the planet of Krieg, a planet that saw a civil war that went on for 500 years. This civil war turned a beautiful, stunning, aristocratic planet into what is classified now as a death world. Death worlds in 40k are not fun to live on, but they do produce some of the best soldiers around. During this internal conflict, there would be a lot of trench-based combat and artillery-based warfare, which means the Kriegsmen are masters of trench-on-trench warfare, siege fighting, and artillery warfare. What makes the Krieg so incredible is that they view themselves as being descended from a traitor's ilk, so to speak. And because of this, they have an unyielding desire to prove themselves worthy of forgiveness in the Emperor's eyes. I would argue the only faction that comes close to the Kriegsmen's loyalty would be the Cadians, but even then, the Kriegsmen...
Yes, the Cadians. That's another one for the list. I need to learn about the Cadians, because I know nothing. Cadians. There we go. Hey, where am I? There I am. Okay, we're good. Aha!
Are die-hard loyalists. Commissars are given to Imperial Guard regiments to keep them from running away. Commissars are attached to Kriegsmen regiments to prevent them from dying too fast in the name of the Emperor.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, that's depressing. Did I mention they use shovels for melee?
Hey, E-Tool supremacy. Let's go.
I get to bonk.
get to bonk?
Everybody loves shovels.
Yeah.
Who's ready for the close?
They're so versatile. What do you mean? The only good guys in quotation marks.
This thing we have to good guys to a point. They're actual good guys to a point.
To a point.
The Salamanders.
These are just Space Marines with a green paint job.
Wrong. These are the
The color scheme is their faction. Don't worry about it.
Salamander chapter of the Space Marines, and they are quite possibly the friendliest legion out of all the 20 legions. If you neglect, all the chaos, the Salamanders have the
What was that?
out of all the 20 legions. If you neglect, all the chaos.
Pretty low bar if you ask me. You know what? Fair.
The Salamanders have the belief that without the people of the Imperium, there is no Imperium to protect. They're still diehard loyalists to the Emperor, but their loyalty is also to the people who live in the Imperium. Aside from being really friendly, they are battle engineers, each and every one of them in their own right, specializing in flamethrowers and developing their own specific types of weapons for the occasion. And every single one of them are more than capable of
Music's just getting louder and louder. I hope I don't get get blipped on this.
repairing their equipment on the fly. The Salamanders are probably my favorite loyalist faction of the Space Marines, and I think if you enjoy being a more friendly type of Marine, you'll enjoy playing as Salamanders too.
Wow, that's actually really refreshing, and they care that much about civilians?
Yeah, human ones.
What is that?
Only humans matter. Only human matters.
That mean?
It means this is Warhammer 40k, and Warhammer's got a Warhammer.
Throws a knife. She's got a knife!
Maniac broke before the guard did!
Did you just have a key?
Cadian shock troopers!
I've told you about Kriegsmen. You're learning about Cadians today. Okay, what's their deal?
Unyielding patriotism and rage.
What?
The Cadians' home planet used to be that of Cadia, which was a fortress world that existed on the Eye of Terra. This fortress world was laid siege to by Abaddon the Despoiler, and they would end up holding them back pretty hard. But Abaddon, being a petty little shit, decided to use a bunch of his ships to push a massive superstructure from space into the planet.
Rude! What are you, an orc? Come on, stop that.
The structure would act as a miniature asteroid, breaking Cadia into several pieces, and the whole planet would be absorbed into the Eye of Terra. Being from a planet and culture that was existing right on the Eye of Terra, which, by the way, is the edge of hell, built a very strong, overwhelming sense of pride and loyalty in Cadians. It's also what gave them their signature purple eyes, was Cadians who were born on Cadia. The term Cadia broke before the guard did is an endearing term and is what symbolizes their entire regiment. They will fight to the bitter end. They will fight to the last man. Cadians are die-hard loyalist Imperial Guardsmen, and in a universe of unending horrors, they are normal-ass men and women fighting tooth and nail to hold back the forces of chaos.
Nice.
And we fucking love them for it.
I feel overwhelmingly patriotic.
Fuck yeah!
Okay. So that's what Cadia is. I would like to do a much more in-depth look into them, so we'll probably still do that. God, I have so much to look into. I also want to dive into a few other things other than Warhammer and TF2. I've been doing so much dives into these two groups recently. It's been kind of silly. Maybe I should jump into a few. I'll look into that later. But there's so much, so much.
I regret asking what Warhammer is.
We're talking about the Sons of Leman Rus!
So what's with the armored Lycans?
What else? Space Vikings, obviously. These guys love to do three things: talk shit, fight, and get drunk.
Wait, but I thought Space Marines can't get drunk because of their biology.
They can! That's why the Space Wolves figured out a way to ferment a plant that would kill a normal human, but actually makes a delicious beverage for them.
They engineered a way to get shit-faced.
Yes. If you remove a person's way to get drunk and shit-faced, they will figure out a way to get drunk and shit-faced. That is just human nature, it seems.
Yep, and they love to fight, and they are loyal to a fault. Space Wolves will literally fight anything.
Puppies.
They even fought Great Knights at one point because the Inquisition dared to insinuate that this loyal as fuck legion might be heretical. Space Wolves are also technically mutated because they have a mutation in their gene seed which gives them those wolf-like features, everything from the extra hair to even the fangs. If a Space Wolf fights enough, they will basically turn into a Berserker, and Warhammer's version of this Berserker is a Vulkan, which is basically a Lycan-type werewolf thing. This feels like a concept a 5-year-old came up with. It may be, but if you like fighting, drinking, and having a good time, the Space Wolves are definitely the ones you should be playing.
Planet of Rambo!
What?
The Catachan Jungle Fighters. We talked about Death Worlds before with Krieg, now we're talking about Catachan. Catachan is a jungle planet filled with some of the most horrifying creatures you will ever see in your life.
That's a hell of a lot of nope.
And it would kill a normal person. But if you are born on the planet of Catachan, you are just built different. Catachan doesn't even need a defense force to defend it from forces of chaos because the planet itself is the defense force.
Oh,
Chaos
shit.
invaded that bitch and they got turned into lunch real quick. Catachan Jungle Fighters.
Okay. Okay. Wait. What would happen if orcs dropped on this planet? What would happen? How much chaos would that ensue? Oh my god, what if the snake, the snake bites, is that what they called? Snake bites or snake eaters? I can't remember. Either way, what if they dropped down onto there and dropped in all their snakes? What would happen there? Oh my god, this planet would become a nightmare.
Are probably the best example of Imperial Commandos. These guys will oftentimes be attached to other guardsmen regiments who conduct special operations or support missions. They do not wear their rank on their shoulders. They do not believe in authority. They do not even recognize the authority of commissars. Fighters of Catachan believe that you only earn respect through battle. You would think in this universe you would be wearing more armor than that. Their muscles are their armor!
You take that out of your mouth. You do not insult their muscles. Stand by for Titanfall. Let's go.
For Titanfall! Excuse me? Imperial Knights! Giant hulking war machines piloted by a single nobleman from a noble family.
Right.
These massive war hulks were originally designed during the Dark Age of technology, where their original purpose was actually to be used as construction, mining, or even pest control. What the hell do you need a mech for pest control for?
Dragons.
Okay, use your imagination. The present timeline, Imperial Knights are war machines, and a single one of these puppies can take out an entire army if you know how to use it correctly. Their names are also long as shit.
Blade of Gaia, Knight Valiant. Lord Horik, what in the world am I looking at? Lord Horik Honorum, son of High King High Prince of House, Master of the Blade of Gaia, Keeper. Oh my god. Just
what? It's also been described that the pilots feel everything the mech is. Like, they feel the armor as if it's their skin. They
Escaflowne?
walk as if it's their feet. So, you know, if that mech takes damage, they feel a lot of pain. Why is them feeling pain when they take damage even necessary? That feels
Because then if you are feeling pain when you take damage, then you are not going to want to let your mech get damaged. You are going to learn real fucking quick how to dodge. You're not just going to face tank shit. You are going to make sure that pain is a very good motivator to getting good.
like a huge design flaw, because the only conceivable way to pilot one of these mechs in its full potential is if the pilot is literally linked to it directly. Imperial Knights aren't just a lore thing either. This is a faction you can play on the tabletop. You can buy these miniatures and show up to a game and play against someone who has an army of like little figures, which I'm sure must be fun for people's pile of shame. Why?
Slime Marbo? What?
I'm Marbo! The Catachan jungle fighter that may appear like a normal man, but is a one-man army.
What?
Legend has it Slime Marbo joined the 12th Regiment of the Catachan jungle fighters, but the 12th Regiment would be wiped out when they encountered a orc wog. Weeks later, a lone survivor would return to the 12th Regiment with the head of the orc war boss, and it was none other than Slime Marbo. And his most notable act of legend is probably where he survived the Dark Eldar invasion of Galaban.
Oh, he survived.
Razed the entire planet, leaving no survivors whatsoever. But when reinforcements finally arrived, they found Slime Marbo, painted head to toe in the blood of Xenos, surrounded by bodies of Drukhari, with the head of their leader on a knife. There are supposedly other...
Jesus Christ! Well, Slime Marbo's going on the list. Slime Marbo. Okay. There's so much. There's just so much.
Legends that he took down a Bane-class Titan all by himself, and apparently hunts Lictor Tyranids for sport, which, by the way, camouflage to near invisibility and are psychic. No one knows what his deal is. All we know is that he is one bad motherfucker. That is wild, but back up. What are the Dark Eldar? Oh, look!
Okay, we're getting into this one for you now. Okay, enjoy this.
I have to be anywhere but here now. What are the Dark Eldar? Orcs of Warhammer respect only one man. They even know what that word means.
Yes.
Bale.
They respect, and they love, and they enjoy their enemies. They are good. They are good in that direction. However, if you are not a good fight, if you do not, have a good if you are not proper hard, they don't respect you.
This human hates orcs. Disdain is all he has for orcs, and because of the destruction they caused of his homeworld, that disdain and spite would lead to him becoming a commissar. The orcs would then invade a world he is stationed on, but because of his strategies, they would hold the horde back. But not only that, he would duel a orc war boss, losing his arm, but taking the orc's arm as well. And
the little smiley face sensor bar, nice job.
Then later on, having that metallic arm fashioned onto his own, becoming his arm. This simple act would make old Bale the boogeyman to the orcs, a myth, a legend. And need I remind you, he's a normal dude. When Bale would find out about this rumor, he would actually have his eye removed and replaced with a metallic laser one, so that he could further push the rumor of his myth in the orc ranks. Ready for the crazy part? The orc war boss, Gaskell, would actually end up releasing him and then telling him to go prepare for their invasion, simply stating, "It all becomes our good enemies." Wait, orcs take prisoners and they let him go? Don't ask what orcs do with prisoners. But
do not ask.
This is why the orcs respect him, because at the end of the day, when the orcs see old Bale, they know they're in for one hell of a good fight.
Yeah! Yes, they are.
Run! What? Time to talk about everyone's favorite criminal/Horus haters, the Blood Angels. You've kind of mentioned these guys before when you talked about the Lamenters. Indeed, because the Lamenters are an offshoot of the Blood Angels, the sons of Sanguinius. Blood Angels are a well-respected chapter with a couple downsides. Okay, like
vampirism.
What? They're vampires. Excuse me? Yeah, Blood Angels kind of have this defect called the Red Thirst, where they kind of have to fill themselves with life
Sorry. Not just vampires. They're barbarian vampires.
Juice every now and then in order to stave it off. And if they're fighting in combat for too long, this can kind of lead into another downside. I remember this, the Black Rage. A Black Rage, a berserker-like state that is brought on by fighting for far too long and getting a little bit too angry, where they kind of also see the death of their Primarch over and over again. And because they're witnessing the death of their Primarch over and over again, they're also seeing every enemy in front of them as Horus. But what was that you mentioned about crime? Oh, that, yeah, they kind of steal anything that isn't nailed down.
Feed me relics.
What? Yeah, they like stealing relics. It's quirky. They stole a dreadnought once.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Dreadnoughts just really old dudes inside of mechanized coffins?
Yeah.
Technically a relic. The fuck? Who wants more sad?
Angron and the World Eaters. Oh, I haven't gotten to Angron yet. Wait, did we get to Angron? No, we haven't learned about Angron just yet. Oh my god, there's too much. I know I've said that how many friggin' times this video? Let's see, where is it? Angron. Nope, Angron we have not gotten to just yet. We still have to look into Liaman next. We're a ways from him.
Not Angron and the World Eaters. World Eaters are the 12th Legion.
Just the sad piano music in the background.
In the Space Marine chapters, and their story is kind of a tragic one. Every Primarch was kind of born on a planet where they had loving parents, or stability, or understanding and kindness. The World Eater's Primarch Angron was born on Nuceria, where he was a slave gladiator.
Right.
Being forced to get the Butcher's Nails implantation installed, which is a mechanical implant that pushes pain on Angron constantly when he's not fighting.
And when Angron finally led a rebellion, which was tragically going to end with him and his chosen family dying, he was swept away from the Emperor, being cheated out of his choice to die with his kin. The World Eaters empathized with their Primarch, wanting to know his pain, which is where they would reverse engineer the Butcher's Nails, implanting them in the Legion themselves, causing a division inside of the chapter, brother against brother. And when the Great Crusade was over and the Horus Heresy began, Angron did not defy his father because he agreed with Horus. He defied his father because he saw his father as no better than the royals who had enslaved him his entire life. And Angron, in his very dying days, would never even get to know peace, instead being turned into a demon prince of Khorne, thus enforcing his life will never be anything more than a battle. What the Shakespearean fuck?
Right? Oh man, I cannot wait until we get into Angron. Oh my god, that is tragic and I love it. Look, I'm not a sadist. I just like good stories. I just like good writing. What do you want from me? But man, that is... Man. Like, out of everyone who fell, like, yes, I'm sure the Emperor had a very good reason. Like, specifically, he was looking for... the Emperor was looking to, you know, protect man and its interests, right? And Angron, being one of the Primarchs, was definitely an important part of the interest of man. So when that happened, yeah, he could have swept in and picked up Angron and all of his kin. However, Angron was the only one that was probably worth a damn, and the other ones were, you know, going to die and regardless, and they'd probably just march in and die anyway. So in their next battle. So what's he going to do? But Angron didn't see it that way. He saw it as, you took me away from my family and let them die instead of saving me and my family from this situation. You just saved me. And now I have survivor's guilt for the rest of my life. Yeah, I'm gonna rebel against you. I'm going to be an angry little fuckhead. Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. No, I can understand it.
Hey, members of my Discord actually get to help me come up with ideas for videos, including America Wizard. There's also behind-the-scenes content, bonus content, and a bi-weekly call that you can join in on. You can find all of that in my Patreon at the link in bio.
Nice.
Are you ready to cry? Why would
Yay!
someone be ready for that? We're talking about the Lamenters! Okay, more Space Marines. What's their deal? The Lamenters are a descendant legion from the Blood Angels, and
Oh yeah, aren't these guys like just bad luck incarnate?
they can also be considered the closest thing we have to good guys. No other comments on
You've said that many times before. You have said that a few times before.
their character. They're just good dudes. When they started their campaigns, they were literally just trying to liberate worlds that were being held up by dictatorships or by chaos. They were trying to feed the needy and cure the sick. They are just genuinely good dudes.
Yeah.
They also managed to cure the Black Rage, an inherent flaw in the gene seed of the Blood Angels. Feeding and curing the sick? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Too bad they're cursed.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, where to begin? Rumors began to spread about their chapter that they were cursed. Other Space Marine legions literally started believing they were cursed. The chapter called the Mortificators abandoned the Lamenters on Corellia due to the fact that they were cursed, which in turn doomed the planet and 4 billion people to their deaths. They got trapped in the warp for 100 years. What? Don't interrupt, it gets worse. They were blamed for a rebellion that they had nothing to do with. Because of that rebellion, they then had to go on a 100-year penance crusade. That same penance crusade they were sent on would cause them to come on a direct collision course with the Hive Fleet Kraken, having to fight Tyranids and lose most of their chapter, and their chapter inevitably dying horrifically.
Oh my god.
Remember that cure I mentioned? Yeah, it got lost forever because of the destruction of their chapter.
This game really hates having good guys.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, look at this. We have something nice and pretty, and you guys will love them. They're great. They're a light in this darkness. Yay, you're finally giving us something. Okay, and now it goes into the black hole. Hey, anyway, we have this other fun thing over here. Yay, thank you.
Vulkan lives!
Who?
The Emperor's Dragon, Primarch of the Salamanders
and the nicest boy you'll ever meet.
Yay.
Vulkan!
That is a big boy.
That's a very big boy. Oh my god.
That he is. Vulkan is my favorite Primarch and the embodiment of unyielding. Elaborate. Vulkan is what's known as a perpetual, which means he's got a healing factor that can rival even Wolverine.
Oh, damn.
He has died and come back. A lot. As mentioned, he is the Primarch of the Salamanders, and yes, he is just as kind-hearted and thoughtful as his sons, but that does not mean he cannot throw down. Examples? Clearly too many to count, but I'll go with my personal favorite. During the Horus Heresy, Konrad Curr, Primarch to the Night Lords, would take his brother Vulkan as a prisoner, and because he knew Vulkan is nigh immortal, he would, well, take advantage of this. Unspeakable things.
Unspeakable things!
But that never broke Vulkan's spirit.
Oh, I cannot wait until I get to this part of the story.
When Vulkan would finally have a chance to get away, he would get his hands on his hammer Dawnbreaker, a hammer that he crafted himself to also act as a teleportation device. Konrad Curr would boast that the room was teleport-proof and he would not be able to get out, and Vulkan would humble his brother by telling Konrad, "Oh, clearly you've thought of everything, brother, but you forgot one important detail." And what's that, brother? My teleportation device is still a hammer. To which Vulkan would just start hammering Konrad. He just forgot his brother was holding an actual hammer. Indeed, because Konrad Curr only seeing his brother as a kind weakling is what would work against him. Vulkan is my favorite character because he embodies be kind and carry a blunt object.
That is a great idealism to have.
You know, I'm pretty hungry. I should make something to eat.
Warhammer 40k, Blood Ravens robbed me. Wait, what?
Wait a minute! Where's my fridge?
Wait, what?
Hello?
How dare you mistake our chapter for the Blood Angels?
Look, I'm well aware I got that wrong, okay? The comments section was very kind about that.
Oh, was I misled?
Silence, heretic! As penance for this heresy, we the Blood Angels have taken your sustenance cryo unit. And Vox transmission!
Just start shooting the transmission device. That's awesome.
Hey, fridge.
A fridge.
Tech piece, the Vox requires repairs! Brother, I have successfully hotwired the Ultramarines Thunderhawk! Fantastic! Now off to require more relics! Fuck yes!
Where are they going with that Thunderhawk? Apparently some building on Old Terra full of relics.
Ravens.
And that's pretty much who the Blood Ravens are in a nutshell. So, what do you think? What the fuck? Are you hungry? Yeah, I could eat. How about some biomass? Oh god, it's 40k shit.
Yes, it is.
To summarize these guys, if not food, why food shaped? What? They're an insect reptilian looking species that literally want to eat everything. Picture this, a giant bug that floats throughout space, finds a planet, then spits out Fords the size of Bradleys, but maybe like 3 Bradleys actually, and then spews out smaller bugs to start eating everything on that planet and convert it into biomass.
Right.
What is biomass? Technically you are.
Yay!
Ew. Oh yeah, it's gross, and it gets worse. On a cosmic horror type level, the Milky Way might be surrounded. Huh?
Yeah.
Throughout Warhammer's lore, there have been multiple breach points along the Milky Way galaxy's border of different hive fleets entering the Milky Way, and they just appear to be at random. So it's entirely likely, because the Tyranids come from outside the Milky Way, that there are just pure hive fleets of these eldritch abominations surrounding the entire Milky Way galaxy, and we can't really do anything about it. You can invent a can of raid the size of a planet.
Yay! I mean, definitely possible in Warhammer 40k. Warhammer 40k extended teaser. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Watch this. This was so good.
An extended teaser for the 40k episode, and oh my god, does it look good! I want to talk about why this episode is so important. The 40k episode of Secret Level is probably one of the most talked about episodes of the anthology series, and it hasn't even come out yet. Reason being, of course, is Warhammer TV didn't have the highest quality of shows to offer for a while.
No.
The quality got better with shows like The Exodite, then Pariah Nexus, and then the TIFs. Ooh, those are like
gold standard animation now, but for me personally, the gold standard of Warhammer storytelling was Astartes, the YouTube short. And I love Pariah Nexus and the Tiffs, but this teaser is the first time I've felt like Warhammer has now met the quality of the Astartes miniseries.
Right.
I'm sure Secret Level is going to be good with all their episodes, but no one gives a fuck about the Concord episode, and they won't. So before I forget, people are probably...
Oh, this is an older short, but yeah, no. That, they really tried to make Concord a thing, didn't they?
I'm gonna love the Armored Core episode as well, because that teaser looked really good. 3 cavalry!
Anyway, we're probably going to, call it there for this episode, only because we're about halfway through this, and we are at 50 minutes on the video. That's a little long, but that's okay. We'll finish this up in the next episode. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for the remainder of this one. Have a good one. Make sure to like the video. Go check out the original. Watch the whole thing yourself, and then you can tell me how badly I'm getting everything later. You know, that just seems to be how it goes. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, and bye-bye. What? Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over at twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.